Hello fellow birders, Pham here and I love to make wildlife film. Over internet, I often see a popular question from forest travelers visiting Vietnam. Where are all the birds in Vietnam? Most of the time, they are talking about urban lazy. As a birders, I struggle to give a direct answer, so I choose to answer the question the only way I know how, by filming. There are many birds in the city, some seasonal, some present all year round, and many of them easy to observe once you know where and when to look. This film is part of my urban birdwatching series. Filmed during migration season. It's a season that reveals another layer of Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, not just as a crowd metropolis, but as a living habitat full of quiet natural wonders. We begin at a small garden cafe, where a narrow water canal called Natural Bonds is a place where wild birds regularly stop by, resident species, waterfowl, and even migratory visitors. I began my journey in October when I knew I could reliably film in the common kingfisher at low grand. Inside a small garden cafe in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City, this place is well known among local birders. The staff are welcoming even allowing our massive temporary hides along the water stream. Every October, the kingfisher return. They build new family here, then vanish when the season ends, leaving only memories and the romance of next year. While waiting, I met many people. Most were middle-aged or older. We didn't talk much about year, but about life, where we came from, what we lived through. Sometimes I lost focus while filming, not because of mistakes, but because the stories beside me were stronger than the frame. These birds are like small blue flames. Some days they burst for hours, other days they don't return at all. Their dice look as faultless, but the work is real. Timing, angles, precision. Too much fish only makes it harder. Less is better. 2 years ago, I filmed common kingfisher here with my Spanish friend, Varys. Later, we traveled together to Cham Chim National Park to film pied kingfisher hunting. That video is linked below in the description. At the garden cafe, I met a woman in her 70s. Tiny, white sun hat pulled low. She looked like a miniature explorer. She took 3 chairs just to see over the fence where the kingfisher perched. In her hand were a Canon i5 with a 600 lens, almost her size. At first, I thought someone had helped her set it up, but over the next few days, I watched her lift and tie wrist herself. She followed me to look for minifish, smiling. I'm small, but I'm tough. Then she told me her story. She had lived through war, hardship, and years of struggle. Much later in life, doctor told her she carried multiple serious illness with little hope ahead. She didn't argue with fate. She made a choice. Before I leave this world, she said, I want image I can hang on my wall, so I know I live. She chose bird photography, and that's where the magic began. What started as quiet wish turned into a force of life. She traveled endlessly, wetland, mountains, snow, jungles, chasing birds, chasing light. The woman who once thought she would die across continent again and again, sometimes returning to the same place 8 times. Along the way, she laughed. She told stories about her mother, who used to say all her daughters were little crazy, especially the one who photographed birds for prayer on the family altar. She joked about her husband, who slept through every birding trip and walked only to ask, "Is it done yet?" Somewhere in that moment, something changed. Her body forgot how to be sick. Today, she travels constantly. The only medicine she takes is for joint pain because, as she says, she moves too much and enjoys life too much. I don't call this science, I call it magic. The kind of magic born from purpose, passion, and devotion to a hobby that connects us to living things. She is the second person I know whose lives were saved or at least lived out of an illness by the unstoppable joy of bird photography. And every time the common kingfisher dies, I understand why. Here is the list of the birds I'm filming, starting not only with the common kingfisher. Knowing that bird photography had healed someone, once again, I felt grateful. And then I found my next target right inside the same garden coffee, the black-nerved monarch. I had photographed this species before, but never the way I wanted. This time, with repeated visit to the Bengal tree here, I hope to finally capture strong footage. Most of the time, the birds hide deep in the shade. I noticed not just a male and female, but what appeared to be three different individuals. One slimmer and longer, two rounder, and one with a brownish back. The Luna monarch, I have been trying to follow it for several days, and right here need a new position that where the lighting is more better for the filming, especially because the flycatcher usually hidden into the dark shade into the old tree right here. I will show on the screen the landscape for you to see. Very hard to get the flycatcher. It has very beautiful color. But actually, whenever it's going to the dark shade, it's totally black. And when I film it, the ISO had to increasing very high. It's very challenging to get a very good footage. Bird photography is like a game, a Pokemon style game. Once you get one species, you want another. Then you want better light, a better angle, better behavior. That's what keeps the game going. And patience is the price of entry. After many visits, I learned where the black-nerved monarchs were likely to appear and when it might appear next. But everything depends on the weather. Good light is essential to pull the birds out of the shadow. Warmer weather also activates insects, flies, and tiny bugs, which make the birds more active. Unfortunately, peak insect activity often happens around near noon, when the sun is high and shadow become even darker. On top of that, the monarch is incredible fat, zipping through branches, changing direction constantly. But the real reward is the process. Waiting, predicting, adjusting tactics every time the birds appears. That's the game, and it's addictive. Just when I thought the platinum monas were the final challenge in this garden coffee, I noticed activity high in the last birdwatching near the front entrance. The area was busy. Birds and squirrels make noise for days. At first, I assumed it was just a distant Smith puppet. I was wrong. The trees were heavy with fruits, and birds of all kinds gathered here, constantly feasting, fighting, calling. It was clearly a hot spot. So I shifted my focus to that tree and managed to film the baby at surprisingly close range. Right near my coffee table, seeing such an iconic bird calling at such proximity was incredible. It was a reward moment. Time well spent at this garden coffee. Thick-billed green pigeon. On that same banyan tree, while searching for a subject with rich detail close to my camera, I spotted a species I had never seen before, a stunning mix of yellow and red. I first noticed it while tracking a platinum orion. I didn't even realize the orion was sharing the tree with the bison. Shooting through dense tangled branches was extremely difficult. Moving even slightly could cause me to lose the bird, so every movement had to be precise. This was a leafer for me. I had never seen a pigeon with color like this. The lumen was striking and beautiful, yet I had never noticed it on city trees or in ordinary trees before. Only during the birding season did it reveal itself. It was amazing to realize how well some species camouflage themselves, thriving quietly within the wide pockets of an urban landscape. Yellow-browed warbler. At first, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. Then I remember when I had read, this warbler is different from the common species usually seen in Ho Chi Minh City. The yellow-browed warbler is a migrant, only about 11 cm long, and travel more than 6,500 kilometers to Southeast Asia to escape the freezing winters of Siberia, northern China, and Mongolia. During migration, it can be found across Europe, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. I had a bear here, and they were extremely active and very vocal. Filming the tiny birds were not a challenge. They move fast, and their diet consists mainly of subaquatic insects and spiders. Attracted by the bundle of fruit near my coffee table across the water, when I encouraged them again at the zoo, I initially saw those. They were another common warbler species, slightly larger and paler. But once again, in such a crowded place, I was able to film them at close range. And if I failed one day, I could always return. The birds were comfortable around people. The white eyes were my first truly special encounter with the species in the wild. In this garden, the banyan trees send long arrow roots down toward the water, creating almost magical scene. Filming inside those hanging roots requires constant refocusing, especially when trying not to lose the fast-moving black-nerve monad. During one intense day of tracking the monad, surrounded by cones and movement, I noticed a flock of white eyes harvesting banyan fruit. They also fed along the branches, picking soft-body insects round to the foot. The birds look different from the white eyes I had filmed in Gufung National Park in the north. They were slimmer, with less yellow mixed in their green plumage, and their face felt more angular rather than round. White eyes are the most common case bird in Vietnam. I grew up seeing them everywhere, but only behind bars. I traveled more, and I spent more time birding. I began to understand them in the wild, always moving in flocks, constantly calling and chatting. Their voice usually arrives before you ever see them. Red whiskers bulbul. I still can't believe I were able to see these birds in the wild. I had always wanted to film one outside of captivity because it's one of the most famous caged birds in Vietnam. This species has suffered greatly from trapping and trade for a long time within the caged bird community. It's even a trend. Owners compete with each other, turning birds into trophies. The more complex the song, the longer the calls, the stranger the notes, the more valuable the birds becomes. But training birds like this require trapping large number from the wild to meet demand. Many die during capture or training, or spread disease along the way. Seeing a red-whiskered bulbul free in the wild, calling moving naturally, felt deeply meaningful. Asian brown flycatcher. This one was much easier for me to film. I captured several individuals, and all of them were beautiful. Unlike the hyperactive black-nerve monarch, this female Asian brown flycatcher perched for long periods, give me time to adjust composition and framing. I spotted them in multiple places, from the Saigon Zoo and Botanical Garden to the Coffee Garden. It's easy to differentiate them from tiger flycatchers by their posture. Their tail almost always points downward. True to their name, they catch insects mid-air, perch, watch, raided the fly park, try, then return to the same branch or a nearby one. For photographers, raiding their fly park is perfect for birds in flight shots. Tiger flycatcher. Among the flycatchers I encounter, this one never feels truly common. Its appearance immediately sets it apart, especially when compared to the Asian paradise flycatcher, which share a similar shape. The tiger flycatcher had a distinctive low cone, like two small iron bones striking each other sharply. This is another migrant I found in this garden, one I had never seen here before. It made me wonder, how do these birds know to stop here? Where are their flocks? Why they crest here alone? Asian paradise flycatcher. These birds hold a special place in my memory. Years ago, I only managed to capture a fleeting glimpse of her back flashing past me in the same coffee garden. Back then, rumors spread that only females appear here, while the long-tailed male remain unseen. This time, I often sat on a small brick over the canal connecting two large ponds, an area that attracts many birds, including waterfowl. The female appear frequently. For 2 weeks, I returning again and again. She lies, show up in good light, but never stay still for long. Still, she easier to track than the mother. This time, everything aligned, close distance, full body, perfect lighting. She perched long enough for me to capture solid clean footage. I was completely satisfied. And of course, I wish for the male. Who wouldn't want a long-tailed Asian paradise flycatcher male to complete their collection? Yellow chick-tit. Most of the birds that I met at the coffee gardens were older, retired. With time to spend observing, younger birds were rare, especially since I usually visit on weekdays. They mentioned a young bird by its common Vietnamese name. I didn't know what it was until it appeared. A Highland tit. I had always loved him. From watching nature documentaries online, I associate them with winter, quiet, reflective moments. Sitting in nature lets those deepen and sharpen. Those moments often lead to ideas I want to explore creatively. This bird may have escaped captivity and found the coffee garden fascinating enough to claim at its territory. It keeps returning, likely because birds' feet is super warm. It flies close without fear. Another side may be an escapee. I love its song. You always hear it before you see it. News from the zoo. Asian paradise flycatcher male, finally. One morning, news spread quickly. An Asian paradise flycatcher male had been spotted at the Saigon Zoo and Botanical Garden. I went early and I met new birders. At first, we didn't know each other, but after weeks of migration season, we all become friends. New birds arrived almost daily. Some species were entirely new to my collection. Instead of the flycatcher, I encountered red-billed blue magpies. These birds aren't live for me, but filming them were new. I didn't know this was their regular territory. I had come solely because of the flycatcher rumors. They are impossible to miss. Larger birds with long tails stunning in flight as sunlight cuts through dark shade. Their calls carry far. Some birds that photographed them hunt the sparrows. There were 3 individuals. Watching them visit feeding site and launch back into the canopy were always exciting. That day, I didn't focus much on them. They residents, owner of this lake. I can find them anytime. Migratory birds, on the other hand, are temporary. Once they finish resting, they're gone. Migration always feels urgent. We still don't fully understand why birds choose certain urban stops over seemingly better forests or rural areas. Old friend, black pneumonia, zoo encounter. Meeting the black pneumonia again in the zoo were a gift. They were easy to film and closer. The environment were much darker. There were 4 or 5 individuals appearing frequently and offering many opportunities. I haven't expected them here, but the moment I heard their calls, I knew exactly what I was hearing. Within seconds, 2 or 3 appeared. Even though the dense understory and layered canopy made lighting extremely challenging, the camera struggled with noise, but the footage was some of my best. Sometimes the birds perch calmly on palm under beautiful patch of light. Compared to the coffee garden where I had to predict each individual return, this feels like abundance. Asian paradise flycatcher male. These were the birds I came to the Saigon Zoo and Botanical Garden for the trophy of my season. After spending a full week of observing the area, I began to understand its pattern. It appeared most reliable in the morning. In the afternoon, sightings were rare. Poor luck. So, I pushed myself. I used everything film skill I had, tracking the birds as fluidly as possible through the branch, faster than black pneumonias, often high in the canopy, sometimes low, completely unpredictable. But when those long-tailed dreamers appearing mid-flight, majestic, not a long tail within the species, but more than enough to create unforgettable movement. Eventually, I filmed hunt a butterfly, Ruto and disease, a clear display of alpha behavior, tearing it apart, prey with no hesitation, launching from tree to tree like a flowing current, striking with precision. Often, the birds perch directly above us, forcing every birder to tilt the camera skyward, mouth open, shuttle firing like machine gun. Then suddenly, It vanished. I noticed its activities were closely tied to weather. When temperature dropped, insects, especially flies around fruit trees, became scary. I could even feel it myself. Fewer mosquito bites mean fewer opportunity to film. But when the sun returned and insects became active, those were the good days. These locations were extremely challenging. With the sunlight, everything under canopy turned pitch dark. With early morning sunlight, conditions were perfect, but only for 15 to 20 minutes before insects become active. Later, when warming increasing and insects appear, the light was gone. That tension between perfect light and big birds activity turned everything into a game. The harder the challenge, the more addictive it became. Excitement and anxiety always arrived together. Still, I got what I wished for: a long-tailed Asian paradise flycatcher male right in the city. No jungle expedition required. People say these birds belong deep in the forest near Aktiv or Maada jungle. But despite years of travel there, I had never seen one until now. Orange hidden crust. These birds appeared out of nowhere while we were chasing footage of the paradise flycatcher. Not just one, there was a pair. The female was bolder, showing herself frequently on the road, in foliage and in trees, even with many visitors nearby. But they began feeding them for photo, and the thrush became increasingly confident. The feeding spot attracted even more species, turning the area into a lively state. The female orange-headed crust flew in and out like she were window shopping. I didn't join the feeding. The story unfolding naturally were already enough. The birds came and went, following their migration route as they do every year. Why great love rust. These birds brought back powerful memories from when I was a child. Alongside the laser magpies, which were clearly old the area, they showed no sign of leaving. Their calls instantly transport me back to childhood. When I kept a laughing rust in a cage, it was so loud that neighbor complained to my parents and asked us to release it. That sound stayed with me. Asian paired owlet, while the orange hit the crust, the light bird dust, a haunting, echoing cone filled the area. Impossible to ignore. I began to recognize a pattern. I searched carefully, knowing it had to be an owl. Though my knowledge of owls is limited, I only filmed two before. Both by chance, both unforgettable. The cones were difficult to locate. I cupped my hands around my ears to isolate the direction. Then I saw it. A luffy bone burst on a bare branch of a liza tree. No leaves, just the birds, still, silent, perfect. Perfect. I filmed it and let others. When someone moved closer, the owlet turned, looked directly at us. And flew away. But that wasn't the end. I spotted this owlet many times afterward, or perhaps different individuals. Admiration activity slowing. I explored new area. I discovered an ornate sunbird net and continued wandering. Again and again, I encountered this owlet. It wasn't easy to spot, but somehow I kept finding it. Maybe it was coincidence, or maybe something else. I don't have a strong attachment to this bird, blue rockers, but seeing it here was still interesting. This was a female with beautiful maple lume, especially striking under full light. She wasn't very active, but not shy either, perching near open feeding area while larger birds like magpies, laughing rust, and orange-headed crows dominate the superswarms. Hill blue flycatcher or Indo-Chinese blue flycatcher, I don't know yet. Identification that's not confirmed yet. But if you know about that, please let me know. This bird appeared for 3 or 4 days, a female again, then vanished. Mugimaki flycatcher, a Japanese naming bird, an interesting name. Once again, a female. I don't know why so many females appear this season. Where was all the male? With their striking colors, the one meant to complete the migration story. Still, I was happy. This bird's behavior was excellent. It fed on a small fruit that birds later identified as a medicinal plant, known for health benefits in humans. Perhaps the energy push helped these birds travel farther with fewer stops. But the heart of this movement wasn't the movie market itself, it was the people. More birds arrive every day. New faces become friends within days. It felt like a small pub. People sharing family stories, offering encouragement, supporting each other mentality, congratulating someone on retirement and the freedom to birth with no limits. I value this community more than any business networking event. Meanwhile, verdant flycatchers aggressively defending the last fruits on nearby tree, constantly attacking any bird that came closer. For photographers, it was a grim scenario, high action bird in flight movement unfolding non-stop. How to run out this verdant flycatcher? This was my second encounter with this species in the same year. Earlier, I had filmed them in the Highland during early winter. Here, they were fierce, fast, territorial, erratic. Every movement felt intentional. Watching them chase intruders through filtering light was thrilling. Oleopathic Sunbird, ornate Sunbird. That metallic lumen challenged me more than I expected. I tried repeatedly to capture the reflection on the male's throat, but he rarely stayed long. Every visit lasted barely half a second before he disappeared. I joked to myself that this was the sadness of marrying too young. I read that the rose shine more during breeding season, so I kept trying. It's not so easy, but it can achievable. Research from Singapore suggests that sunbirds are evolving into urban adapted species, living closer to humans, sharing city life. Seeing these birds reinforced that idea for me. This journey helped me answer the question, why are there no birds in Vietnam? They're here every day in parks, on trees, in gardens, right above people's homes. I filmed all of them inside this city. Red, British parakeet.
victory in front of me.
I don't want to show only the dark side of crazy birds, but this species carry a painful history for me. As a child, riding my bicycle through downtown or returning home from school, I dreamed of owning a red-breasted parakeet. Street sellers kept them in tiny cases. Feathers scattered everywhere, birds pressed against wooden box never looking happy. Movie made it worse. Pirates with parrots on their shoulders, birds talking into humans. It's all filled with my childhood fantasies. I imagine one perched on my bicycle talking nonsense to me. They usually sold females because they were cheaper. Males, they claimed, were different species capable of speech and far too expensive for kids like me saving breakfast money. Most of my captive birds eventually escaped, breaking their cages and flying away. I miss them deeply. Back then, parakeets filled the downtown sky during curtain seasons. Today, I hear them far less, mostly around the zoo or near independent valleys where tall trees still remain. As I learned more about conservation, I discovered the darker truth. Mass trapping, cross-border trade, even videos showing thousands of birds packed into tubes. Seeing white red-breasted parakeets living freely, nesting, feeding chicks, moving in flocks, bring me peace. Still, their restless status is near threatening. A bird I once saw in flocks of hundreds may one day vanish, even in this city. A mad world. Scarlet minivet. There isn't much to report about this bird except that it's there. The red male, the yellow female, I caught only quick flash effort. I see minivet. Minivets are often moved together. If I spot the red one and the yellow one, the pale or gray individual is usually nearby. I managed to film a white gray minivet, though I can't say with full certainty which species were. I know another darker gray species also occurs here. On social media, many foreign visitors ask the same question again and again. Why are there no birds in Vietnam? The answer is simple. They are all around. You need few more steps to the right place at the right time. This video answer is all. I hope you found more rich birds here for your next trip to Vietnam City. Urban birds like pigeon, dove, and sparrow are always present in parks, lakes, and zoos. Migratory and forest species require specified conditions, say food, water, and camp. If you are a birder and you know where to look into the dark corners along floodlights within rich urban habitats, you will discover what I did. I filmed all of this inside the city. Along the way, I gained unforgettable moments, new friends, and stories rarely told. I am Pham. I love to make wildlife film. Thanks for your watching. Do subscribe and thumb up this video. This will help motivate me for the next story. So I just want to say that on the internet, there's a lot of questions from the foreigners when they come to Vietnam and they say, where are all the birds? Where are all the birds in Vietnam? I just want to make this video to answer those questions. So usually when you come to this place, it's very dark, a lot of insects, mosquitoes. Just like the jungle, you can see that all the trees create a lot of dark shade. So that's a very good way for the birds out here, or the wild birds come here for the insect. But actually it's very inconvenient when we get in here. I will use a mosquito repellent, but actually that insect repellent, it even can anti-leech, the very famous one in any jungle in Vietnam. So this is the one that I use. Just come to Vietnam and buy this whenever you get into the jungle. This is a spray one, and it works very well. It's good very well for even for the leech. But you have to remember to buy the spray one. Do not buy SRAM, doesn't work, I found. And whenever I go into the zoo like this, I buy this. Make me more convenient and stay for longer time to wait for the bus. Thank you for your watching until now. You are truly a nature lover. By the end of this video, and I will share a fast recap of more than 70 bird species we record in just a few quick within this city, answering a simple question: where are all the birds in Vietnam? Finally, I will show you my super telephoto lens holder setup used on both the Sony A6700 and Sony FX3. The great mounts directly to the lens footplate, allowing a stable, sag-free image while remaining lightweight. So I'm inside the park. So this is the setup for the lens. I replaced the original lens footplate right here. So you can see right here I had a Leofoto lens footplate, and I replaced this mostly working for the burst filming. So this making the stabilized footstick, and also it'll help the light while walking into the jungle. It's very easy for you to adjust the movement while you're walking with this system. And still I can do the adjustment for the rig for the camera right here. You can see that I have external screen even with the microphone right here. Sometimes I use the NTZ Rode mic, very solid right here. I want to show you to replace the original footplate of the lens. So this is very weak bond. You have to relay it, and this is a Leofoto footplate right here. It has a railing system. You can adjust the extra accessory right here, and you can see that they had number. I will leave the number in the description of the video. This will help you adjust into the lens holder right here. You can see that have adjust the footage stabilize a lot, and it has a knob right here. You can adjust tilting forward and backward for the lens holder. This setup reflects what I need most in the field: a rock-solid camera system with no jitter, lightweight enough to carry along a rough terrain. It should fit into a simple backpack, set up quickly, and require no additional logistics. If you have better ideas or alternatives, I would love to discuss them. Thank you for your staying until the end. I truly appreciate your time. Farewell. Bye.